So, welcome to another video, but this one is a lot more unexpected and off the cuff because today we're gonna be messing around with NASCAR Thunder 2003 on the GameCube. But by messing around, I mean by something a little bit like this. Yes, I know that Boundary Break is a series done by Jesus. Shout out to him for making those type of videos popular. But here we are, we're messing around with FreeCam, which is in Dolphin. So it's gonna be a fun time messing around, looking around, and as well trying to find some possible secrets that we know. So because EA developer said that, oh, there's like stuff hitting under the tracks, so the game doesn't fucking break. But you know, we're just gonna give you, so we could just use go up and down. That's the best I can do with this thing as of now. But and I still don't know what the hell is a C-axis, but zooming back, this is what we got. That is the spinning background that you see on the menus. Interesting, and of course, as we get closer, more things start to blow up, like the car, the menus itself, and probably the one in this picture. So that is It's interesting knowing that with the power of emulation, well, it is in a sort of a legal grayscale, we can actually see these games in a different way through emulation with, the HD stuff. And now we can look at stuff like car numbers, driver pictures, a lot more close up, a lot closer than what the developers intended to do or intended for the average consumer to see. This video is more of a shoot, more off the cuff than something scripted or just nailing off bullet points. But we're gonna be looking around, messing with the camera, and as well looking for those fabled things on the track. But for this example, we're gonna be starting off with Tiburon, of course, because that is one massive track, and you know, big fucking track means a whole lot of textures and stuff has to be loading in, and of course, this is well known. And I think we have the. I think we almost broke the camera, but let's break it a little bit more, shall we? Just by casually going up and down, we can go above, and there's the racetrack. Yes, of course, we're basically distracted by the camera, and as much as it can because of our position. And I think we're currently in the sky, but let's go down into the proper EA channel and go into practice. And I think we have already been breaking this game. So of course, so we have a lot more. So I think the camera might glitch on the. Yes, it's glitching on the front. So, and oh, look at that! Okay, so if we, go to the left. But of course, this all depends on the position of the car. There we go. Okay, so fuck whatever the game is telling me to do. Look at the infield. We got a football field for Tiburon Entertainment, which is actually genuinely cool to see. This could be, many people may know it, people may not know, but we finally know that. Hey, this racetrack has a football field, and guess what I said in the beginning of the video. Apparently, football, Madden, batting data was in the game, and if they try to remove it, the game just fucking breaks. But I guess it's not much more of a football field. It actually looks like the studios more than an actual football field, which is kind of interesting. And as well, we're heading over to the big lights that we see up there and the buildings. So of course, am using free cam and all of that stuff. So I am gonna have to spin the car around just to get these shots to be more properly looked at. And I think I don't think this is gonna be that great of a bargain chip with this lock-on system. But hey, we're looking at Tiburon, and while not a great way to look at it because obviously have to mess around with the car and all that so we can have a proper camera angle by just tapping this thing. We can just head back and just take a good look at it. And of course there's the just massive black hole that we call the infield, but I think the way yeah, okay, so by clicking R, Shift and R, we can, just simply reset the camera to where it was supposed to be. So let's just drive over to those buildings. Yes. Okay, so that's not the greatest. This is not a Darian or Eric E-Step channel. It's not this type of content. This is more of a shoot. Less cryptic content, but there's the massive buildings. Tiburon International Speedway, and this is I meant for those types of executive buildings, and now we're currently on the racetrack. Yes, this is on track. Apparently, is where football stuff was in, but let's reset back and head over to the front stretch because that's a lot of stuff. And a whole lot of stuff means there's gonna be a lot of textures being loaded in, a lot of models, possibly 2D models, 3D models are loaded in. So, and there's a lot of EA sponsorships, and of course Winston Tiburon on those there. So once we make it into pit road, never mind. But the whole plan is just to drive backwards, park in a certain direction. I think we're gonna be parking it right here, and begin messing around. Take a look. And there is Victory Lane! EA Sports Victory Lane loaded in. Well, at least it's actually a lot. It's kind of like the Dover Victory Lane where it's connected to the pit lane instead of just having to drive around the inside of the track to find the Victory Lane itself. So, of course, those are the AI pit crews loaded in, the pit boxes. Of course, as I get farther away, the pit boxes don't load in, and for some reason the track grass isn't loaded in. So let's reset the camera and try to quickly restart so we can get a look at the billboards. And of course, Shift W, and let's start moving around and looking at some of these signage. Of course, Tiburon Entertainment, these were the people who developed. Windcraft had a deal with them as well. I think they're like sponsorship for some of the tracks, and of course, and there's that massive 199 fictional, which you may know from a certain NASCAR Thunder 2004 career mode, but also through fantasy drivers and unlocking those type of drivers. But there's the 199, and let's see. Actually, it doesn't have anything modded, and the inside of the car is just flipped compared to the inside. So it's just a flipping job. And of course, NASCAR Racing Series because uh, censorship, and since Winston was a tobacco product, yeah, EA couldn't get away with having Winston as a actual billboard sponsorship or on the cars, but they could be able to mention it for some reason, which is kind of weird because why would you have the sponsor, be censored out from the car models and all that, but still have them as auditory sponsors, Winston Kelly and Barney Hall interactions, but stopping the car properly, classics. And here we go. We're going over to the infield. Not the infield, but the stands themselves. And man, I really do want to know how I'm supposed to do with rotation, but man, it's quite interesting to see Tiburon in this kind of fashion where it's not meant to be seen this way. Of course, with the whole track not loading, because we're not actually on this part of the track itself, so the track surface is not being loaded into the player's vision. But there's the Tiburon, one of the Tiburon signs, and I like to say thank you for coming on to see, kind of like haphazardly see Tiburon Speedway NASCAR Thunder 2003. I might do more depending on some of the tracks. I do have Talladega infield in mind. I do obviously have the super speedways, and maybe if I'm able to do so, I could do some free cam NASCAR 2005 stuff since that's also on Dolphin. And there's a lot more fictional tracks that came from Thunder 2004 and some made for NASCAR 2005 and beyond. But thank you for watching this out of nowhere video, and hopefully we can see more of this type of content, possibly done better by other people, which I do really hope more people do this type of content, more boundary break type content relating to NASCAR, WWE, and all that stuff. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.